Sweat Equity Podcast and Streaming Show. #1 business podcast in the world. #1 business podcast in the world. Where's the sound effect?
I'm doing it with my mouth.
Rapper Boathorn. Come on, get on it, Eric Redinger.
Right,
I'm your other host,
department.
Law Smith. We're about pragmatic entrepreneurial advice plus dick jokes. That's how we do it. That's how we win 2020's Best Small Medium Enterprise Business Advisory Podcast in the United States from Lux Global Excellence Award, proudly hosted by Lux Life Magazine. That's a real award.
They're not announcing it till the end of February, just so you know.
Whatever.
I know.
We're in it. We won it. We're in it to win it. It's not a trophy scam.
It's not.
Look, we're going to give some ads away right now, but if you want to help the show by not doing the ads part, just subscribe, rate, subscribe, rate, review. That's the cheat code that gets us up. Apple, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, iTunes app, Spotify, what be it, anything that you listen to this podcast on, or if you subscribe on our Facebook page, YouTube, LinkedIn. Yeah, we're hot on LinkedIn.
Oh yeah.
But if you just share this with a friend, that's the best thing we can ask for. Other than trying out our lovely sponsors, Grasshopper Business Phone Line. Try grasshopper.com/sweat. That's trygrasshopper.com/sweat. Like Key Sweat gets you $75 off an annual plan. What's Grasshopper, you say? It's a business phone line. Don't use Google Voice.
No.
Don't use your own personal phone number for your brand, that side hustle, that business you just started in this recession. We're coming out of it, and then someone calls to get your product or service, and you go, hello, who dis?
No.
If you're funny, you go, No Limit Studios. Make them say, ooh.
Fucking thing sucks.
That's why you need Grasshopper. Try grasshopper.com/sweat. 75 bones off an annual plan. You can get it a vanity number like Eat Dick.
Yeah? That's not taken.
727 Eat Dick.
Sure, I'm sure it's out there available.
You're in Austin, you want 512
Balls.
69, ball 69.
Okay.
Because it's got to be 7 numbers. Or you can do a 1-800 number. They've got it all hooked up. Scalable business phone lines. And it has an app on your desktop and mobile. We're just going to do one ad today. Let's get in it with Katie Ambrose. Let's do this. Howdy toddy!
My sweat equity. Sweat equity. Sweat equity. My sweat equity. My sweat equity. What about my sweat equity?
So we usually have guests that have either they're in the middle of doing something and we want to see that progress, which is Katie. Sometimes we have some older guests that can, give some advice, right? But you're right in the middle of. I want to make sure I cover your NDA.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And I'll try to set the table for anybody listening. Well, I'm trying to kind of pro bono help Katie with her app and the pitching part and just kind of getting you in the scene of these incubators and whatever resources I can help with. If you listen to the last episode, one of the 2021 goals I had is to, have a pro bono thing I'm helping someone with. That's, hey, did you say that? Yeah. I got one.
Oh, no, yeah, we were talking about charity.
One a quarter, yeah. Or it could be charity. It could be something like this that kind of just came my way through a former client that he was like, hey, law's weird. He might know a lot of stuff, though, for digital. I think he could kind of, and he brokered us together. And you came to a stand-up open mic because I'm like, hey, man, if I'm helping out, you're coming on my time. You're going to have to sit through this garbage.
Yeah.
So she sat through my stand-up. Yeah.
After
It was
the
actually
open mic.
one of the best open mics I've been to in a really long time.
Let's get you up to, you got to get right up in that robot dick.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a lot better.
Yeah. And so I guess I want to let you explain what you want to explain about the app because there is stuff that is like you don't want out in the public, obviously, but I'll let you explain it. So what's the idea and I guess give the status where you're at.
Okay, so I'm developing an app called Giggidy. I already have the name trademarked. It's a local music finder and booking app that brings artists, venues, and I call them music supporters because my app's all about supporting local music, together to facilitate and build their own local music scene. So I came up with the idea for Giggidy after dating a musician for 3 years and going to hundreds of his gigs. And I saw firsthand a lot of the problems that artists, venues, and people looking for live music have in their community. So I was kind of shocked that I feel like the music industry is very underdeveloped, I guess you can say, as far as for the local artists. So me being an entrepreneur pretty much my whole life, I saw this, like a light bulb went off and I just saw this window of opportunity and I decided that I wanted to take this on. So I came up with the idea in November of 2017, didn't do anything about it, but I immediately knew I wanted to call it Giggidy, and I immediately knew what my logo was. And after his gig one day, when I had this idea, I went home and grabbed some computer paper and was sitting at the table and I started drawing frames and doing a subscription model and everything like this. I was like, hey, like, what do you think about this? And he's like, dude, I think that's like a really good idea.
He called you dude.
I call, probably not, but I call everyone dude.
In my head, that makes sense
yeah.
to the story. So,
basically, that was pretty much it after that. Like, I reached out to a couple developer friends that I had and said, like, hey, I have this idea, but then it pretty much went on the back burner. And probably a year or so had passed. Him and I had eventually broken up, and I decided, like, I really wanted to do this. And one of the first steps, and it might sound crazy, of getting my app started was I actually took my breast implants out because I was very sick with them, and it's called breast implant illness. And I went to doctors for 13 years because I had extreme chronic fatigue and brain fog and a whole bunch of other health issues. And once I found out about breast implant illness, that was the only thing that made sense. And I knew that if I wanted to start a business, I had to at least try to take them out and see if my health improved, and sure enough, it did. So when right before my surgery, I was going to take off 2 months off of work, and I bought a MacBook, I upgraded my phone, and I was like, I'm going to take this time recovering to start working on this app. So I went on PowerPoint and just starting the process of just laying my ideas out. And then I recovered. I've been feeling great, and the surgery worked. And I was bartending 2 jobs at the time, quit one of them, and self-taught myself the programs to build my own prototype after a company had quoted me $30,000 to do it for me. And I'm like, where the fuck am I going to find $30,000 from? So I built my own prototype. I've done my own business plan, my pitch deck, my financial model. I have 4 advisors and mentors that have helped me through this process. They've been great. Anytime I have a question, they immediately either call me back or they'll answer me right away. So I'm very grateful for them. And everything that I've done myself. And I feel like at this point, I've just hit a wall that I can't go any further without actually building a team at this point. Obviously, I need capital. And basically, that's where I'm at. But the people that I've started showing musicians my app, and a lot of them are like, dude, we need something like this. I've literally thought out every single problem in the local music industry, and they've seen it, and they're begging me to build this app. And everyone that I've shown to, even my financial advisor, he's like, this is something, like, when this takes off, like, it's going to take off very quickly. So whoever I have on my team, like, I need them to be prepared and be ready for this to take off and escalate into something huge, because I really do feel in my entire being that this app is really going to take off.
Yeah, I mean, you're not, what was good about initially talking to you is, you wrote a business plan, which is so unusual for the fucking probably 1,000 people that have hit me up about, I have an idea. And I'm like, my first question is like, does it exist? And if it does exist, why isn't it crushing? If it doesn't exist, why doesn't it exist?
Have you done any work on it?
Have you done like cursory research? Like,
right.
I'm talking like sitting on the toilet,
go in the app
looking
store.
in the app store. Some people don't even do that, and I'm like,
Can't you do that?
Lazy as shit.
Can't you do that for me?
Right.
I shared my idea with, his name's Tom Shane. He's the founder of Faded
What up,
Glory
Tom?
Jeans.
Yeah.
And he asked me, he runs a company now called the Business Strategy Group. And he asked, after I kind of pitched him my idea, he asked if his buddy Adriano could join in on the call. And he was a successful music video producer and actually produced Rob Zombie's videos. So I had both of them on a Zoom call and was, sharing them my idea. Like, they're now two people that I can reach out to for advice anytime I want. They're like, you can put me on your advisory board or whatever. But Tom had asked me, he's like, how much money have you spent on this so far? And I'm like, maybe $1,000 because I've done everything myself. And he was completely blown away. And the one thing he asked me too was, how long do I want to be invested in this? And since I was very young, like maybe 14, my goal has to always been to retire when I'm 40. And I just turned 33. So I told him that. I was like, I want to retire when I'm 40. And so I'm going to be completely invested in this for 7 years. And then I'm completely okay with selling it, making a profit and whatever. And he liked hearing that because he said a lot of founders, they don't want to walk away and they stay invested in it for a very long time. And I didn't realize that was an important question for investors, how long you want to be involved. So my 7-year window in his eyes was like a perfect question or answer.
What's the second thing that they want to know on the pitch deck,
I was
Law?
about to say, you knew, I've said it a lot on the podcast, but it was something my professor beat in my head. When you're doing a pitch, the second slide they want to see is the exit plans. Here's scenario 1, 2, 3. Here's the most likely. Here's what happens. You can even have it built out in like, hey, if it totally eats it, we can still sell off this data. It shows you're thinking about this investment in a real pragmatic, realistic way.
Which I remember when I spoke to you, you mentioned about the exit plan on the second slide. And when I redid my pitch deck, I totally forgot to add that. So I'm definitely going to do that later today.
It's okay.
But I'll
We're
show
gonna
you.
do a quick powwow after this.
Okay, yeah, because my new pitch deck is beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for it.
But what's fun about you is like you have this, your look doesn't scream like very pragmatic, and I kind of glom onto that a bit. Like I get kind of walking in both the professional and the stand-up world, and I kind of got that you're very practical about everything you're doing, and what you've been great about, in the whole process thus far. I mean, we haven't really done a lot necessarily, but I'm trying to keep in touch as much as possible. Is like you're a good sponge. Like that's anybody listening that's trying to do something like this, where they're trying to get seed funding or start their own business, and you have the idea. We talk about restaurant scenario a lot. A lot of people open a restaurant because they're really good at making it some kind of dish, pizza, whatever. They don't know shit about the rest of running a business, which really any business guy could run a bad tasting pizza company with a lot more success than someone that's just got a really good and just doesn't know everything else. Like you got to pay taxes and don't.
Yeah, it's like with my app, like it's really important to me. Like I want to be as much hands-on as possible. Like one of my biggest fears is like I even want to teach myself the whole financial part of it, because one of my biggest fears is like
we're gonna go over some pro formas.
Like hiring somebody, which I kind of have a CFO picked out already, and I trust him a lot. But what if you hear all these horror stories of companies that people inside the company that are in charge of their financials are like stealing money and this and that, and like I don't want to be like sideswept with that. Like I want to be hands-on with every aspect of my business as possible, and I want to know what the fuck's going on at all times.
Yeah,
You're going to do that anyways.
Yeah.
And trust, as the movie Confidence says, I don't know why I know this quote, but trust should be a 4-letter word, because look, it can go a lot of ways. Like you trust a lot of people because you knew them. Nostalgia plays a weird thing in our head sometimes, and you're like, wait, this person might not have been as good as I thought. I just knew them, and they were into it.
Yeah.
What's that? What's that now?
Divorce!
Oh. No comment on me. I'm clean. I'm out. I'm out the gate.
Well, I mean, Whatever.
And you've been very good about saying thank you to me, which I was talking about this morning with someone. Is like that basic recognition of, you'll find like people will make time to help you with this stuff. You have 4 advisors helping you with this. You find the busiest people will figure out how to get back to you pretty quickly a lot of the time.
A lot of people don't have an avenue to help people that presents itself to them,
Yeah.
like any sort of like pro bono stuff. You might have to go out and look for it, but a lot of these successful people are doing their thing, and if it's presented to them, they get that opportunity, but they don't have time to manifest it themselves.
But it shows gumption that you went out to seek these people out, where a lot of people would be like, I don't want to bother them. And I think you need enough ego to get this shit done. So that showed me like a lot of stuff. I'm trying to give a little bit back of like what I've kind of seen, in the last couple months or whatever. And then autodidactic, the part where you're just teaching yourself. We're part of this generation where YouTube can teach you a lot of stuff, programming wise, or there's a lot of information out there that people are willing to give this advice out there for free once they get to that high level. So there's stories out there on how like Airbnb is going to be an interesting case study for you, because that's a marketplace that came together and seemed almost impossible to really make happen, right? But the idea is great. So where do other ones fail in that thing? And you're going to be looking at strategies by watching those case studies of other industries doing, how do I create a marketplace for this thing, become a disruptor, where I'm basically going to take out booking agents that seem to be pretty shitty, nefarious. The infamous thing about a booking agent is they're not that great at it. They're gatekeepers, right?
Yep. My goal is to be the main booking agent for the music industry. So
yeah, and send this to a booking agent. I just imagine a
everyone's
guy
like, "Oh, you should reach out to this booking agent." I was like, "No,
Keep them out of it. What are you talking about?
I'm trying to take them out of business, kind of. So I'm not going to ask them for advice."
Yeah, in my head, I just imagine a guy with an old school phone with a curly Q on the handle. And they're just like, they're eating a sub, like meatball sub, and they're like, what the fuck? Yeah, cigarettes everywhere.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of horror stories already about booking agents in the music industry, and just hearing it from my ex and seeing him getting double booked all the time. And
your ex is Scott Stapp of Creed, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. How'd you know?
You're just fishing to see who she's into. You like that look? Is that a look you
Rob
like?
Thomas?
Maybe?
No. Maybe it's
Michael Stipe. Is that where you're gonna go?
No, I was trying to think of the country guy. God damn it! There's some country singer that has long hair that a lot of people tell me about.
Yeah, okay.
They're like, you're a retarded version of him. Joe something, I think.
Joe.
Well, I'll look it up in a minute. It's not that important. But speaking of kind of a little bit of creepy stuff, you were telling me when we first met that, they're another thing to watch out for. And, you're an attractive female, you're young, and you got a good personality. So I think a lot of guys that are want to be single investors might try to Weinstein you. And you told me a story about like this already happening along the way.
Yep.
And I'm like, this is where I forget. I have to remind myself, like, we never worry about being in a parking lot by ourselves.
Yeah.
As guys, like,
so
it's
weird.
It's never really floated through my head until about, I don't know, 5-10 years ago, when some woman in my life told me, like yelled at me, like, you don't have to worry. You don't have to put your keys in your fist when you're walking solo at night in a parking lot. And I was like, I guess I don't. I never think about that.
I just bought my purse over there. It's a concealed purse. So
Whoa. You packing?
not right now, actually.
All right. Good to know.
Well, I was hoping you would. You could just put it on the table. It'd be pretty fucking boss. Just be like,
But I just got it because I want to start carrying with me, and it's just, you just never know, and it's kind of a scary world out there for females sometimes.
well, so I don't even think I forget about this stuff in the professional world too, and this is kind of outside most corporate professional kind of endeavors, but it's still that thing where you can tell the story, however you want on here, but let's hear about it, because I didn't want to tell it to Eric. I wanted to just kind of leave it up here.
So I've been bartending for 15 years, and I love bartending. It's great money. I'm a very social person, and I love meeting new people. And I had just moved from Fort Lauderdale. I was born and raised in Fort Lauderdale. Just moved up here to Tampa almost 2 months ago because the startup and entrepreneurial scene up here seems to be a lot better. So something told me that in order to launch my app and be successful, I had to move up here. So that's why I'm here. So I had gotten a job at a bar and started talking to some of my customers about my app and this and that. And they're like, oh man, there's this guy, like you have to meet him. He's from LA and he's a music video producer and he has more money than God. He would totally be invested in this app. So finally one day while I'm working, he comes in and I was so excited to meet him because I heard pretty good things about him. And so I'm serving him drinks and I end up getting too busy and I was like super bummed because I finally have this opportunity to meet him and I get too busy and can't even go through the rest of my app. He leaves and I was like, fuck. So I get off work. I'm like talking to my boss. All of a sudden he walks back in. So I sit at the bar next to him. I was like, yes, this is like my opportunity to really pitch to him. So he comes back in, him and I are sitting at the bar and I'm talking to him more about my app and kind of showing him my MVP that I made and all this other stuff.
Minimum viable product.
Yeah, and
for those listening.
And so so he's getting like really excited at this idea.
Making sure you're in it, man.
He's getting really excited about this idea and he sees like, all of this potential in it. So he asked me, he's like, if I give you 200,000, because I told him this company that I've been talking to for development, it's probably going to be about 300,000 to get this like all done with everything that I want. He's like, if I give you 200,000, can you ask them if I can do it for this much? And so I reached out to them, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, my assistant's going to contact you. He's like, I don't want to talk more about this because I'm already kind of getting a little tipsy. So him and I basically leave almost at the same time. And he's like, oh, like, where do you live? And I'm like, oh, I'm like an hour away. And he's like, oh, like, you can stay at my place tonight. I live right down the street, blah, blah, blah. Like, I have a spare room. Like, why don't you can just follow me home. And I was like, no, like, I'm okay. Like, I'm completely sober. I only had one shot with him. I was like, I'm okay to drive. And then he's even texting me after I left, like, are you sure you don't want to come over? This and that, blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, I'm good. So that was the end of that. And then about 2 days goes by, his assistant texts me. She's like, hi, my name's Ashley. Like, I just want to introduce myself. I was like, oh shit, like this is kind of legit. And started kind of getting excited about it. So he comes in, the second time I ever meet him, he comes back into the bar I'm working. And he was there for maybe 4 hours. He had 9 shots of vodka, a couple beers. He was like buying everyone a drink and he would tip like $100 every time he was in. When he left this day, I was like, dude, do you want me to get you a cab? Like, are you like, I'll get you a cab. Like, you don't have to drive this night. He's like, oh, no, I'm fine. And so he leaves and I text him. I was like, let me know when you made it back okay. Like, I just wanted to make sure that he...
No emojis on that?
Yeah, no emojis.
No eggplants, no winky.
No winkies, nothing. And all he wrote back was, come see me. And I was just like, I made something up. I was like, oh, I have a date. And this was at 3:30. I was working. I didn't get off till 8:00. And between that window when he left and when I got off, he pulled out of the deal. So his assistant texts me and she's like, you're an idiot if you don't go over there, blah, 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 this and that. Like, she's trying to get me to go to
I didn't know this part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's texting me like to go to this place. She's like, he's going to set up this meeting, blah, blah, blah. I was like, he just fucking had 9 shots of vodka. Like, and I'm not going over there. I was like, he tried getting me to go back to his place the other night before, this and that. Yeah, basically he pulled out of the deal and I told her this whole situation and I'm texting him. I was like, and for a person to set up an imaginary meeting while I'm at work and want me to come over at like 10 p.m. at night to their hotel room, like, I'm not fucking stupid. I've been bartending a long time. Like, I can see through the lines. It's very obvious. And so I'm kind of like having a texting battle with the both of them. I was like, my business will not be run like a fucking circus. I've been working way too hard on this. And for you to want to even set up some type of meeting after just coming into my bar and drinking that much, that's a fucking huge slap in the face to me. So I was like really upset about that. But And then he's texting me like, I have so many other girlfriends. Like, there's other girls that look better than you, and this and that, and blah blah blah. And like,
What if you're like, shit, really?
like just saying,
Oh, I didn't know that though.
yeah. And he's like,
What's your address?
yeah, and he's like maybe like in his 50s, you know, maybe, and he's like saying that he has like, all these 20-year-old girlfriends and blah blah blah, and like whatever. And so whatever, it was what it is.
Girls like to hear that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like it is what it is. I'm glad I had that experience. Russ told me after
Who put us together? Yeah.
who put us together, and you know, he had mentioned, he's like, you have to be careful who you put your energy into. And he was very adamant about that. And he's like, you're going to encounter a lot of obstacles and this and that. And like when I was going through that, that kind of light went back off, showing, you know, be careful who you put your energy into. And so I'm glad that happened. I know it's going to happen again. But he still comes into my job and I still wait on him.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah.
Did you ever meet Ashley, quote
No,
unquote?
apparently-
I'll bet that's I'll bet the second phone number he's doing.
Yeah.
First. I bet
yeah.
you
Who knows?
That's exactly.
Apparently I think she might be in LA. Who knows? He's probably
Yeah.
another one of her.
Sure, why not the
one
bars?
of his young girls that he's.
It's always gross when you find out like there is a female, if she actually
Facilitating the
exists.
Yeah.
situation,
Yeah.
right?
It reminded me of that.
She's worse
that
than he
scene
is.
in
Kinda.
That,
Yeah.
But that was, yeah.
Women are
So that
special.
that happened
Was it
maybe like 2
Weinstein?
months.
He's like, come over, I got a bunch of ficuses. I
Like,
want
yeah.
I just want you to watch.
So, but
Just watch me make
Yeah.
love to this
He's
fern.
not done yet. Hold on.
yeah.
He's still
Make love to
going
the
Or I
wine.
need more plants. I can't think of any more plants.
But yeah, so that was
This succulent's really hot.
One thing, and I know it's gonna happen again, but it's, you know, I think, and I'm starting an app in the music and entertainment industry, and it's something that I myself am learning through the way. Like there is a lot that I still don't know about music, and I'm learning myself. I didn't gain an appreciation for music till after I started dating a musician. So I'm walking into
Was
a
it Joe
male-dominated industry. So
Figured it out in my head, yeah. That's the country guy I was talking
right
about.
on the head.
Yeah. Joe Nichols, your favorite?
He's my fave.
Pop country?
You know it.
But, I mean, good on you for keeping boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough.
Good on you for the name. I'm surprised you were able to trademark it.
Yeah. So when one of my advisors, Sean,
Oops, sorry.
one of my advisors, Sean, he was actually one of my customers at another bar I was working at. And actually, and my other advisor, Wesley, was another customer at another bar I was working at. So all these people I've been meeting have all happened organically. I haven't needed to go really search for anyone. Everyone came into my life right at the right moment.
Well,
For the
yes
most
and
part.
no, right?
Yeah.
If we wanted to make it a business definition, LinkedIn nerdy, it's relationship marketing,
Mm-hmm.
and you're good at that. And as you go through this, you'll get better at it.
Yeah.
And the guys I see that are very successful that I look up to as mentors for me, they're awesome at it.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is a valuable skill. People don't realize it is really valuable.
Mm-hmm.
It's where people try to be too much of a socialite and not kind of a calculated
Yep.
thing, right? We keep these episodes about 33 minutes. Where can people go if they're interested to check it out? Because I told you I've got a hit list of guys I'm going to let roast battle your
Okay.
deck.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I would love that.
So I'm going to send them this episode.
Okay.
So I got like 10 guys that they're all in different expertise, but they're all entrepreneurs and they're all good in different ways to give advice. Like I got you with my IT business consultant because he knew the programming side a little bit better. He knew that back end
Yeah.
part, especially with Apple. I didn't even think about the trickiness.
I would like to talk to him again, by the way.
Oh yeah, we can get it
Yeah,
together.
okay.
But he's supposed to be here next week, so
Oh, cool.
I'll remind him.
Okay.
But a bunch of other people in different parts of this process you need. If not anything, it's just a good introduction to go. Hey,
Exactly,
this is
yeah.
a resource,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and I think the best thing I can do to help you is just do that in a lot of ways, like be a resource to other resources, and then just kind of audit what I can see. But obviously, you're way further along than most people in this area.
Yeah.
It's always just an idea.
So-
It's never, nobody has a business plan and a pitch deck.
Yeah.
Worked
Yeah,
with nobody.
I've done all of it. I went over to the Tampa Bay Wave and they have a female founders program over there, and I showed the director like all my stuff, and he's like, "What do you need from us?" Because I just literally had everything already, and I realized I'm not sure if I even need them right now, but like
You want them to introduce you to potential funders.
Exactly.
And that's what they're going to be really great at.
Yep.
They're an incubator for,
Okay.
and
I wasn't sure what
every
that was.
major city has something like this. So if you're in or around, some city in the United States, I found that there's an incubator like this everywhere because, the people that are on the board are involved with these incubators. They might put their own investment on it in a small time, so they get points on that.
And the Tampa Bay Wave, they offer mentors to help you with your business plan and your pitch deck and your financial, like pretty much everything that I already had. They offer help with there, and they have a membership program. And I was really, really impressed. Like,
That's cool.
I'll probably use certain aspects of.
I feel like someone smart told you to go there.
Yeah,
first time we
yeah.
talked, some genius with great hair.
Yeah, thank you.
Who was it?
Someone pretty girthy. I don't know.
Guess I'll never
Figuratively
know.
speaking. My balls are fine. Thanks for
Oh,
asking.
okay.
balls are
All right, good. I was worried about that.
I know everybody's been asking.
You don't have to keep telling us they're fine.
They're
every
great.
episode.
They're great. I'm just giving everybody
or
an
great,
update.
or describe them at all.
I feel like I'm
really.
telling a lot, like 10 times a day. I'm having to be like,
I know.
you know what?
At least I don't have to worry about having kids anymore.
Oh, well,
I started-
I'm not in the clear
Unless
yet. You have to wait 12
unless you're the 1%.
No, you. Oh, really? Great, cool. I'll fucking think about that like a hypochondriac. No, you have to wait 12 weeks and then send a sample in, and then they have to test it. Eric has done this, but didn't do the sample part, which is mind blowing to me.
I had other ways to figure it out, dude. It was
And you
fine.
jogged out of there after you got the surgery done.
Okay, yeah, I physically
And
shouldn't have
you-
done a lot of
yeah,
things. Yeah,
I think you
but,
Antonio Cromartied yourself, bro.
I mean, no. It's fine.
Just because you say no doesn't mean it doesn't.
I'm willing it
No.
to not happen. It's fine.
All right, we try to ask.
I have my own microscope.
We try to ask our guests every time, what advice would you give your 13-year-old self? I have, be careful who you put your energy into.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume it might be something like that. So we try to ask everybody and it's purposely set up to be 13 years old to set up for an immature joke. But if you want to take
Well,
that.
I have it tattooed on my wrist. I have tattooed "Don't give up."
Yeah.
So that is something that I would tell my 13-year-old self: don't give up. If you have a goal or there's something you want to do in your life, just don't give up. Just keep working for it. And
Yeah.
it's very true. Like, you can do anything you put your mind to. So
Yeah, and like I've been telling you, you're going to be your own obstacle.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is great. It's been tried a few times, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's definitely notable people who've been trying to do it. That's what I was telling you. The best advice I could give you is like really hone yourself.
Mm-hmm.
The breast implant removal is like a good indication that you're on your way.
Yep.
You said you're not drinking as much, so
Yep.
you have a better
Yep.
mind.
Yeah, I had become sober and
I don't know about the celibacy thing.
that.
I feel like that would unhinge a guy's mind, but
Well,
women are
basically
different.
no dating, because like I can't have
What does that mean?
distractions. Like, I don't want to date, and like I tried drinking again. I just like drinking and dating. Like, it's just not. It's
Sure.
too much distraction.
They
for
kinda
me.
go hand
like,
in
I
hand
just,
for a lot of people.
I can't do either.
Sober
trying to
sex.
start
Nice
this.
that girls
Yeah.
can do that.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to do it.
You know what? Not gonna
I
do
just
it.
won't think about it. Oh,
Guys,
really? Good for you.
And every guy listening right now,
Oh, I wasn't listening.
I'm gonna go check her on the video, see if she's hot.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on at Giggidy.com, is it?
GiggidyLive.com.
Giggity Live, I should-
Don't go to Giggity.com. It goes redirected. It's a porn site.
Yeah, I could have.
Yeah. So GiggityLive.com. I also have the Facebook page Giggity, Giggidy, and then I also created the Facebook group Support Local Music.
Yeah.
So if you're a musician,
tactic, too.
Yeah, I've been friend requesting every single person holding a musical instrument in their profile picture. So if you're a musician, join Giggidy, and then join my Facebook group Support Local Music, and you can post your live stream, your videos, and everything like that. So
Good idea.
Word.
You got your shit together.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for coming on.
All right, thank you.
What
Thanks,
about my
guys.
sweat equity? Sweat equity. Sweat equity. My sweat equity. equity? What about my sweat equity?